This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at Fair Play, Missouri. This is the the middle school boys game. PCCS Knights hosting Gloria Deo Lions. Gloria Deo wearing the purple with gold, and the Knights wearing the white with green. And I did have time between games to check and make sure that the Wi-Fi is working at least well enough that the games are live on YouTube, but we are making a recording. I didn't get to check for quality, so I am making a recording. And in case I get home and the quality is just horrible, I can upload a better quality recording. If it's not just a miserable live stream, then we'll just go with what we get. All right, so the starting lineup for the Knights is Miles Ankrum, Phoenix Russell, Zach Collins, Silas Presley, and Hudson Gonzalez. And I don't have a roster for the Lions tonight, but I will try to reference their jersey numbers during the game. And it's time for tip-off. We're doing 6-minute quarters. And there's the start of the game, and the Lions tip the ball out of bounds, and the refs say white ball. Folks, I say this pretty much every broadcast. I don't know the game, I don't know the rules, and I barely know most of the signals, or some of the signals. All right, Knights bringing the ball in, and out on purple. White ball again. Phoenix Russell brings the ball in, passing it into, bounce pass into Miles Ankrum. Ball's loose on the floor. 14 picked it up, and they pass it down court to 21, who's under the basket. Easy layup for two, and the score is 2-0. Knights bringing the ball back down. Miles Ankrum swinging it over to the far side, up top to Phoenix Russell. Russell bringing it back up to Ankrum. Ankrum going down to the corner. Nope, he's going to bring it back up over to Russell. Russell driving between the defenders, puts it across to Ankrum, and the ball's loose on the floor. Ankrum on it and passes it over to Russell. Russell back to Ankrum, and 10 picks the ball up. Gives it to 11 to bring it down for the Lions. 11, a long pass down court again, and he's open again. Put it up for another two. And that was number 21 with a second basket of the game, 4-0. Ankrum passing it down to Collins. Collins driving down towards the baseline. The ball's out of bounds off of, ref says off purple, so it's white ball. Collins going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Collins over to Russell. Russell under the basket, puts shot up and draws a foul. Russell going to the free throw line, shooting for two. Folks, I say this pretty much every broadcast. I don't know the rules, I don't know the signals, and I don't know the plays. So I'm really handicapped in what I can do in announcing the game. And Russell's first free throw is a miss, still 4-0. So you'll never hear me question the refs or dispute what they're saying, because I really don't have a clue. And they've got a much better vantage point. They're much closer. And there's actually two of them watching everything. All right. 21 with a rebound. Pass it over to, I think, 11. 11 brings the ball down. Long pass cross court to 24. Brings it up top to 4. And 4 swinging it up top gives it to 10. 10 taking it down to 11 on the far side. No shot. He puts it across to 4 up top. 4 driving down along the paint, puts up shot, and good effort, but it's a miss, and ball's out of bounds off of purple, white ball. And whistle. Oh, there was a sub queued up, I believe. Yep. Purple subbing in. Number 11's going out. 5 coming in. All right. White bringing the ball in. Ankrum. Over to, well, he's going to stop and put up shot from the free throw. It bounced around inside the basket, came back out. 5 picked up the best shot. Gives it to 4 to bring it across. 4 over to 5. 5 inside to 24. And out to 21 with another shot, and he missed. And Collins on the rebound, and the ball's out of bounds off White. Lions ball, 10 inbounds to 4. 4 over to 5 on the far side. And Ankrum stealing the ball, but it rolls out of bounds. Possession goes to Lions. No, ref says. We'll see what the ref says. Yep, I think the ref. Yep, goes to Lions. They were discussing who had the best vantage point. Number 4 has the ball for the Lions, swinging it up top down to 10 on the far side. He's going to pass it out to 24 for a three-point effort. Missed that, and the Knights tip it out, but 5 picks it up, gives it to 4. 4 passes it inside to 24, and 24 traveled, trying to pass it to 21. Lions brought their cheerleading squad with them. We don't have many opportunities for that. I'd love to see the Knights get a cheerleading squad. Hopefully we'll do that one of these years. And Knights over to Russell. Russell swinging it to the near side, and bounce pass into Presley. Ball's out of bounds off the Lions. White ball. Still 4-0. Folks, I'm not running a scoreboard on the screen here. I tried that for the first game. I've got 2 options for that. One is a software scoreboard. I just impose over the camera, and that didn't work well. And then I brought a camera with me and pointed at the scoreboard and superimposed that on top. But that one's not working for some reason, and I wasn't here in time to troubleshoot it before the first game. Didn't have time between the games. So we're just going with a venue scoreboard here. And there's a timeout, I think, on the Knights. I think coach timeout for PCCS. Yep, ref says 30-second timeout for the Knights. In case the cheerleaders coach may be watching, give her a vantage of what her cheerleaders are doing. I believe one of my coworkers has a cheerleader on the squad tonight. I'm not sure. I don't see the mom here, but I haven't really had time to look. Oh, I do see her. All right, and Knights ball coming in. Ankrum passing the ball into Russell in the corner. Russell swinging it back up over to the elbow and holding on the Lions. Blue 5, I believe the ref called. It's hard for me to see the numbers they're showing the score table because they need to show the score table, not me. So I guess at the numbers frequently. Collins bringing the ball in, passes it to Ankrum. Ankrum going for 2 and drew a foul from way out near the arc. That might be on 14. And that'll be the 3rd foul for the Lions. Ankrum going to the free throw line shooting for 2. The score is still 4-0. Ankrum's going to try and close that gap. And that first shot is good. Maybe not. Yep, it was. He was close to that line, and I think the ref was warning him to make sure he watches the line. Second free throw is good. So it's 2-4. He closed the gap by half. 14 brings the ball in for the Lions to 4 to bring it across. 4 down to 5. 5 down to 21. 21 putting up a layup, missed it, and 5 gets the rebound. And he's trying to pass it over, gives it 32. 32, outside to 4. 4 driving up top. Over to 5 on the far side. Back up to 4. 4 inside to 32. 32 down to 21 under the basket. It looks like that's their go-to play. Get it to 21 under the basket. John Clemens bringing the ball in to Miles Ankrum. Miles bringing it across over to Russell. Russell swinging it down to the top of the free throw line. Going to put up a shot. No shot. Puts it out to Collins. Collins going for 2. Oh, that was in the basket and back out. And the Lions pick that rebound up. Number 4 is going to bring it across for the Lions. Over to 5 on the far side. Up to 14. 14 back down to 5. 5 into 21 under the basket. He's backing up. Back out to 5. No shot up to 14. Driving down to the elbow. Out to 4 for a three-point effort. Miss. And 21 tip of the ball over to 4. 4 picks it up. Passing it up top. And there's Ankrum with a beautiful steal. And there's a foul. White ball. Collins bringing the ball in for the Knights. Over to Presley. Presley putting the shot up. Missed the shot. I think it was tipped in the shot. And there's a travel, ref says. So it's going to be white ball on the sideline. Phoenix Russell brings it into Ankrum. Ankrum swinging around, going down along the paint, putting the shot up. Nothing but net. And it's 6-4. The Knights take the lead for the first time this game. Lions bringing the ball back across. Over to 5 on the far side. He's driving down the baseline. Puts it over to 21. Back out to 5. Up to 14 up top. 14 driving down along the paint. Outside to 4. Under him. And he picks it up. Puts it inside. Intended for 21. Tips it up a couple of times. Lions are able to keep it. Put it back under the basket. 21. He puts it up. Tie game. I think they put the score on the wrong side of the... Oh, I lied. I was reading the scoreboard wrong when I spoke earlier, and the Knights were not in the lead. That was 6-4 Lions in the lead. Now it's 8-4. My apologies for that. We had an away game the other night. All right, Lions steal the ball again. That was 5 on the steal. Tipped out of bounds on White, so it's still Lions ball on the sideline here. And I think Lions just called a timeout. Looks like Lions calling a 30-second timeout. Scores 8-4 with 20.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Folks, during halftime, I'll pull up the schedule on the screen here in front of the camera for us to look at the PCCS Knights' upcoming schedule for the remainder of the basketball season. We're winding down. All right, players are back out on the court, and Lions ball on the near sideline. Number 14 bringing the ball in. Passing it intended for one of the other Lions, but hit an ankle, and Phoenix Russell picks it up, and jump ball under the basket after a bobble on the dribble. And possession goes back to the Lions. 21 bringing the ball into 4. 4 bringing the ball down. Over to 5 on the far corner. 5 inside to 21. Turns around for a jump shot, folks. Can't do any better than asking for that. It's 10-4, and there's a buzzer at the end of the first quarter, folks. So it looks like we'll have a short break. And we'll be back with second quarter action momentarily. We'll watch the cheerleaders do their thing. Score is 10-4 as we come into second quarter action. And the Lions have led the whole way. We just finished the girls' game, and the Gloria Deo Lions won the girls' game against Polk County Christian School. Both teams did a good showing. Great sportsmanship on the court. Love to see that. And as well in the spectator stands, folks, you're watching PCCS TV, Polk County Christian School, Bolivar, Missouri. PCCS, promoting Christianity and compassion at school. All right, players are coming back out on the court. It's going to be white ball on the near sideline. Miles Ankrum moving to receive the ball coming inbounds, and Phoenix Russell's going to pass the ball into him. Miles coming across down to Hudson Gonzalez, and he's passing it back up to Russell. Russell back out to Gonzalez, up to Miles. Miles with a shot. It's across the rim, and Lions tip the ball out of bounds. Knights ball. Ankrum bringing the ball in for the Knights. He's going to pass it into Russell, and Russell back to Ankrum. Ankrum bringing the ball up top. Ball's on the floor, and 11 picking it up. And Russell trying to steal it. 11 keeps it and maybe traveled. Yep, ref says traveled. He tried to get that 0 step off before he went for the shot, and I think he had just a half step too much. Russell brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum over cross and passing it over to Collins. Collins cross court to Gonzalez. Gonzalez up to Russell. Russell back down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez going across, and 11 saw the pass. It was intended for Presley. 11 stole it, put the shot up, missed the shot. 5 gets the rebound, gives it back to 11, and 11 puts it in the bucket. So it's 12-4. Collins brings the ball in for the Knights. Russell bringing the ball down. Setting up an offense up top, passed it, and 5 ends up stealing it, and 11 gets the ball from 5 to 24 under the basket. Over intended for 21, tipped out of bounds by Collins, keeping 21 from getting it. So it's going to be Lions ball, I believe. Yep, 21's going to bring the ball in for the Lions. And 21 into 24 under the basket. Easy layup, he missed, and 10 with a rebound. 10 bringing it up top to 11. 11 over to 21 under the basket, and 21 out to 24. There goes that gentle layup, and Hudson Gonzalez bringing the ball in for the Knights into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across. Ankrum over to Russell, and Russell back up to Ankrum. Ball over to Russell again. Russell to Ankrum. Ankrum down to the far side, taking the screen. No shot, puts it back up to Russell. Russell going around the defender, puts up a shot, a beautiful shot. Score is 14-6. Lions bringing the ball across. 11 over to 5 on the far side, down to 11 on the side, and missed the shot, and Gonzalez with the rebound, making a fast break. He's going to slow it up, passes it to Russell, who's going to take it on into the basket, puts it up 24, clears the board with no shot, and 11 gets the ball, making a fast break, driving all the way down, puts it up. Folks, that was a good play. Give him credit. That was a good play for the Lions there. Ankrum bringing the ball back down, gives it over to Russell. Russell driving in, putting up a jump shot, missed the basket, and 10 clears that basket and gives it over to 11 to bring it down. 11 coming back across, and travel. And the Lions send in a couple of subs. Number 14 and number 32 coming in. Ref says we're going to wait for a shoe tie from Ankrum. And Presley brings the ball into Russell. Russell's going to bring it across for the Knights. Russell down to Presley. Presley down to Ankrum in the corner for 3. And folks, nothing but net. Love to see that. Score is 16-6. Lions bringing the ball across. Well, I got a graphic that may come up here in a bit for that three-pointer, but everything's running slow for me, so I probably won't try that again this game. And Lions put it up, missed it twice, and Gonzalez with a rebound. Gonzalez going to bring it across for the Knights. He's going to slow it up and giving it over to Ankrum. Ankrum down to the free throw line, puts a shot up, and it's good for two. 16-7. And 11. Nope, 16-9. Scoreboard was slightly delayed there. And 11 with a three-point effort, folks. That was a good shot, but Presley grabbing the rebound, gives it over to Ankrum, and the ball's on the floor. Jump ball maybe? Yep. Ref says jump ball. Possession goes to, I think, Lions. Subs coming in. John Clemens coming in for Zach Collins. Lions ball. Number 10 is going to bring it in. Gives it to 11 to bring it across. 11 down to 14 on the near side. 14 over to 10. 10 driving down to the arc. Puts it into 24 for a shot from the elbow. Missed it, but followed a shot. Puts it back out to 11 for another shot. Missed that. 24 picks it up. Back out to 14. And passing it up top to 10. 10 over to 11. 11 stepping inside the arc. Puts it up for two. Missed it. And Presley and Gonzalez on the rebound. And Gonzalez passed it over to Clemens. Clemens to Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it down. And over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back out to Ankrum. Ankrum swinging around, putting it over to Presley. Well, the ball's on the floor, and 14 picked it up. Passed it, and Russell grabbed it, puts a shot up, missed it. 24 got the rebound. 11 gets it from 24. He's going to bring it across. Getting heavy defense at the midcourt line. Gets it across before the 5-second. And 11 passes it to 10. 10 inside to 24. He steps into the paint, passes it out to 11. 11 for two. Missed the shot. 24 gets the rebound. Gets it out to 14. 10. 10 to 14. 14. Folks, that was three. That was a beautiful three-point shot. It's 19 to 11. That was Ankrum down to Russell. Russell, back out to Ankrum. Ankrum with a three-point effort and missed it, and 24 picks up the rebound over to 11. 11 bringing it across, putting it down to, I missed the number under the basket. That was 32 with a two-pointer. There's the buzzer. That was almost a buzzer beater. They got it in at the last second. And the score going into the halftime is, 21 to 12. 21-12. As the players all go to the locker room, cheerleaders going to confer and maybe take the court. We'll see what happens. While they're doing that, while they're thinking about that, we'll pull up schedule real quick. So the PCCS upcoming schedule, February 2nd, middle school girls, middle school boys against Gloria Dale. That's tonight. I didn't take that off the screen yet. February 5th, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys in Bolivar versus Riverview, hosting Riverview Christian School from Forsyth. First game at 5:30 at Bolivar Intermediate School. That will be live streamed. February 6th, home game, high school girls, high school boys. That is senior night for Polk County Christian School. The girls will be hosting Rolla Royals, and the boys will be hosting Lake of the Ozarks Flames. First game starts at 6 o'clock, and as always, we'd love to have a perfect turnout for PCCS to honor our seniors that night. And that game should be live streamed, or both those games should be live. And then back to an away game, a series of 3 away games starting on February 11th. Middle school boys, high school boys traveling to Lebanon against TCCS Lions. First game at 5:30. That's that's the Cross Christian School in Lebanon. Last time we were there was no Wi-Fi, so those games were recorded and uploaded later. And then at February 13, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Lamont, just west of Sedalia, up in Pettis County. So that's going to take a little bit to get there. First game at 5:30. I have no idea what the Wi-Fi situation is there, so I'm assuming those games will be recorded and uploaded later. If there happens to be Wi-Fi, we'll try to live stream, but either way, we'll plan to record and at least upload. And then another away game, our final away game of the season, February 17, high school boys only, traveling to Springfield, playing at Trinity Christian Academy in Springfield. That game starts at 6 o'clock. And if there's Wi-Fi there, we'll live stream it. I think there's been a Wi-Fi there in the past, but we can't guarantee it'll be available. We'll do what we can. Then home game on February 19th, high school girls, high school boys, hosting the Cross Christian School in Bolivar. And those games should be live. And then February 23rd, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys, hosting Marshfield Christians in Action at Bolivar Intermediate School. First game at 6 o'clock. Due to scheduling, I don't know that game's going to be recorded or live streamed. If I can get the schedule straightened out before then, we'll see what we can do. After that, the Polk County Christian School Knights will be traveling to the state championship. That will be in Joplin and Carthage. For the volleyball state championship, we had some games in Joplin, Carthage, and maybe Webb City. I'm not sure where Ozark Christian College is, the Ambassadors. I think that might be Webb City. It's over on the northwest side of Joplin. And that was a great venue to have for a game. That was new for volleyball this year. So they may make that available for basketball as well. But those games will be February 26, 27, and 28. And all of those games will be live streamed as long as the Wi-Fi holds out. Obviously, if the Wi-Fi fails, we'll still have a backup recording. Now, again, if there are any scheduling conflicts where the boys and girls play at the same time, because the girls are the returning two-time championships winners for the 4th Division, we will give preference and live stream or record them if the boys are playing at the same time. And obviously, if the boys were returning champions, we would give preference to the boys instead. And hopefully, we'll have two-time, both teams returning champions next year. We'll have to see how that goes. And a quick shout-out to our volunteers here at Polk County Christian School's home game tonight. We've got Coach Chad Burton. Let me get that schedule off the screen just a moment. There we go. All right. Head coach and athletic director Chad Burton, you'll see him on the bench with the team when they come back out. And, of course, at the score table, we've got Heather Hale in the gray beanie and the white or light gray sweatshirt. She's running stats for Polk County Christian School. And then Debbie Everson is running scoreboard. And she's being assisted by Mr. Hale, who's helping out with the scoreboard as well, I believe. And I am not sure who we have working concessions tonight. I do know we have one of our teachers, Carrie Wistons, running the gate, accepting the gate fee for people coming in. We appreciate all our volunteers here at the game and Fair Play, Missouri tonight. You're watching PCCS TV. We're down to a minute and a half before second half action. Score is 21-11, and the Knights are coming back out on the court. The Lions are already out on the court doing their warm-ups. And there is Coach Chad Burton carrying the clipboard across the court with his usual customary baseball cap. Hardly ever see him without one. Almost a uniform item for him. And he is being assisted by Coach Brian Gray in the gray sweatshirt. I wonder if he does that on purpose. And he's wearing a black cap as well. And if you're new to PCCS or a return visitor, Coach Brian Gray is carrying an iPad, and he also runs a scoreboard. His scoreboard feeds to the Game Changer app. So if you're watching the Game Changer app, you can watch the live score. If our live stream fails for some reason and you just want to see the live action play-by-play, you could see it in the Game Changer app. All you have to do is install Game Changer on Android or iPad and search for PCCS. And then add yourself as a player, coach, staff, or fan. And you'll be able to follow the team of your choice or teams of your choice for PCCS. Okay, second quarter action. We're in third quarter. And Lions ball, 21, passes the ball into 4. 4, bringing it down, gives it over to 5. 5 for an instant three-point effort. Folks, right off the bat, Lions with a three-point effort. It's 24-11. And Knights bringing the ball back across. They're going to the left now. Russell up top with the ball. He's swinging it back and forth, looking for a open player. Gives it to Zach Collins, who puts it up for 2. Missed the shot, and 21 with the rebound. He passes it out to 4. 4 trying to make the fast break. He gets down, puts the shot up, and it's good for 2, and no foul. Hudson Gonzalez passes it into Russell. Russell bringing the ball across. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum to the elbow, puts it up for a beautiful swish. Good for 2. It's 26-13. 4 bringing the ball back across for the Lions. 4 over to 5. 5 inside to 21. 21 putting the shot up, missed it, and the ball's off White over to the corner, and jump ball. That was number 4 running down there to put hands on with Ankrum, and possession goes to goes to Knights. Ankrum brings the ball into Russell to bring it down. Russell bringing the ball across. Over to Ankrum on the far side, going up for 3, and swish! Beautiful shot. 26-16, the Knights are down by 10. 4 bringing the ball back across for the Lions. And 21 gets the pass, and Collins in on an attempted steal there. And ref says holding before the shot on, I think, 14, Zach Collins, I believe. And it's Lions ball, number 4, going to bring the ball in for the Lions. He's passing the ball. Whoop. Charging. I didn't see it, but I was watching the ball. Ref says white ball. I didn't see who it was on. The ref is signaling 1-0 to the score table. Not disputing it. I'm sure that'll show up on the instant replay. All right. Knights bringing the ball down. Russell with the ball. He's slowing it up top. And intended for Collins. Russell gets it back at the corner, driving along the baseline. And the ball's out of bounds off of Purple. White ball. Ankrum's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. He's passing the ball in to Russell in the corner. Russell out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez going for 3. It's off the backboard, and Presley with a rebound, trying to pass it, and jump ball maybe? Yep, ref says jump ball. Possession goes to Lions. 21 bringing the ball into 4. 4 bringing the ball across over to 5. 5 going up for an instant three-point effort. Missed the shot, and ball's out of bounds off of Lions, I believe. Yep, ref signals white ball. 26-16, still a 10-point lead for the Lions. Gonzalez brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing the ball across. And Russell slowing it up over to Ankrum. Ankrum swinging it around to the near side. Putting up, nope, he's going to pass it into Collins. Good 2-point effort, but missed. And the Lions pick up the rebound. 4 bringing it back across. Inside to 21 under the basket. That's his signature move, apparently. He's started out the game with that, and he's continuing it. Knights bringing the ball in. Russell bringing it across. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum cross court to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back out to Ankrum. Ankrum driving into the free throw. Puts it out to Gonzalez for another 3. Nope. And into Russell. Russell out to Collins. Collins up for 2. Oh, so close. Good effort. And 21 with the rebound, gives it to 4 to bring it across. 4's going to slow it up. He's taking it up top. Pass it over to 5. Inside to 21. And back out to 10. 10 over to 4. Going for a 3-point effort. No good. And Gonzalez with a beautiful rebound there, folks. Love to see that. Gonzalez bringing it down. And inside to Russell. And there's a whistle. We'll see what the ref says. I missed that. I'm not sure what the call was. Either way. White ball. I just missed the ref's signal on what the call was. Ankrum bringing the ball in for the Knights. And 10 blocked the pass, stole the ball, gives it to 11 to bring it across. I think 11 may have just subbed in. 11 with a long pass under to 21. It's over the basket. 24 with a rebound. Back out to 10. 10 to 4. Back to 21 under the basket. Turns around, puts up his shot, missed it, and the ball's out of bounds, I believe, on purple. Yep, ref signals white ball. Good effort, though. Good defense. 28 to 16 currently. And number 14 subbing in for the Lions, taking number 4's place. All right, Russell bringing the ball down. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum going around the defender, gives it to Presley, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by 21, so it's white ball. Collins bringing the ball in for the Knights. Passes it into Presley under the basket. Presley put up the shot. That's a miss, and ball's on the floor. 14 picks it up, gives it to 11. Make it a fast break. He's going to slow it up. Outside the arc, he's taking it back up top. Cross court to 10. 10 going for 3, and nope, across the rim and back out. 11 picks up the rebound. He's putting up a jump shot. It's over the basket, and 21 picks it up, and he puts it back and gets 2, so it's 30 to 16. Gonzalez brings the ball back into Russell. Russell bringing the ball across. Over to Ankrum on the near side. Ankrum going for 3. And, folks, there's another swish. If we could do more of that, we'd close that gap. 30 to 19. 11 bringing the ball back across for the Lions. Over to 14 on the far side. Missed the pass, but he kept it. He chased it down and got it. Puts up a three-point effort, and, I thought that was in. 21 with a rebound, and the ball's out of bounds. Apparently tipped off White. All right, 2 subs coming in. John Clemens for the Knights, subbing in for Gonzalez. And I missed, it looks like 25 sitting down for the Lions. I missed who came in. 11 is going to bring the ball in for the Lions. And he's passing it in to 24 under the basket. He takes it outside to 5 at the free throw line, puts it up for 2, and it's good. Clemens going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Pass it in to Russell. Russell bringing it across. Over to Ankrum on the near side. Instant three-point effort and across the rim. And Presley with a rebound. Pass it out to Ankrum. Ankrum picks it up, puts it right back up from the elbow. Missed the shot. And 24 with a rebound. And there's Russell getting in on that. And there's a holding on 14. Lions 14 with a holding, according to the ref. And the score is 32 to 19. 3 fouls for the Lions. Collins brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum puts up a 2-point effort from the far corner. 24 gets the missed shot out to 10. 10 to 11 to bring it across. 11, a long pass down to 5. He's going to turn around, put up an instant 3-point effort. Folks, that was on target. Another 3-pointer for the Lions. Russell bringing the ball down and stolen by 14. 14 making a fast break, doing a jump shot on the run. 11 going for the putback, missed it, and touching it back up, trying to get it up and make a buzzer beater. Couldn't quite get it, so it's 35 to 19. And there's the Gloria Deo cheerleaders coming out on the court. They may be a little too spread out for me to get all of them on camera. So I'll try and pan back and forth. I'll be a little quiet and let them do their thing. Well, very cool. Well done. All right, players are coming back out on the court. White ball on the near sideline as we go into fourth quarter action. 35 to 19. Miles Inkrum's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Miles passes it into Phoenix Russell. Russell bringing it across down to Ankrum again. Driving down to the baseline, puts it out to Presley. Presley, cross court, intended for Collins, I believe. 14 jumped up, stole the pass, gives it over to 11. They're going to slow it up, set up an offense. 4, back to 11 on the near side. Steps over for a three-point effort, and it's off the top of the backboard, so possession goes to the Knights. Ankrum bringing the ball back in. Ankrum over to Collins. Collins bringing the ball across. Swinging it around to the far side, bringing it back up, and passing it inside to Collins. Collins crossed to Presley, intended for Presley, and 21 jumped up and grabbed the pass. 21's going to slow it up, puts it out to 14. 14 taking it up top, gives it to 11. 11 over to 4, going for a three-point effort and across the rim. Ankrum with a rebound, making a fast break. He's got some room to run. 14 reached around, I think. I'm not sure. Yep, blue 11, ref says. And number 10 sub it in for the Lions. All right, everybody's safe again. Shoes are all tied. Ankrum bringing the ball into Russell. Russell down to Ankrum, going for 3, and off the rim and out of bounds. Presley saves it from going out, and John Clemens picks it up for Presley. Presley gets it back, puts it up to Ankrum. Ankrum went for the shot, had 3 defenders on him. They stole the ball. Give it to 21. He puts it up, missed it, and ball's back to 21. Heavy pressure on the defense there. Back out to 4. They're going to slow it up. Give it to 10. 10 over to 4. 4 going for a three-point effort, and that's in. 38-19. Clemens brings the ball into Russell. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Russell brings the ball across, down to Ankrum. Ankrum back up top, over to Collins. Collins driving down to the baseline, puts the ball over to Clemens. Clemens, ball tipped out by number 10. Collins picks it up. Long pass out to Ankrum. Ankrum going for 3. I thought that was in. 32 just reached up, but he towered above the other players that were available. So he got the ball, gives it over to 4. 4 down to 21 under the basket. And 21 puts shot up. Collins with a beautiful rebound on the missed shot. Collins bringing it down for the Knights and passing it inside to Russell. Russell going for the shot. Drew a foul, and he's going to the free throw line shooting for 2. That's the first foul in the fourth quarter, so nobody's near bonus. Actually, that's the second foul in the fourth quarter, so still nobody near bonus yet. Russell on the free throw line shooting for 2. The score's 38-19 currently. First one's a miss. Second free throw was in. Good shot. So it's 38-20, and there's a whistle. Timeout on Lions. 30-second timeout. Three minutes, 23 seconds left in regulation play. White ball on the baseline, ref says. Nope. Blue ball. All right. Lions bringing the ball in. 10 brings the ball across. Stopping just inside the arc. Puts it up. Missed shot. 32 for the putback. And it's good. It's 40-20. Gonzalez bringing the ball into Russell for the Knights. Russell brings the ball across. Over to Ankrum. Ankrum, instant three-point effort. Oh, off the inside of the rim. Ankrum chased the shot down. Gets it. Gives it to Russell. Russell driving down the baseline on the far slide. And puts a bounce pass into intended for Jonah Skinner. And Lions end up stealing it. 10's going to bring it down for the Lions. Bounce pass inside to 24. Outside to 12. 12 going for a two-point jump shot. No good. And Lions pick it up. 24's got it. Puts it up. No good. And 32 going for the putback. And it's good. 42-20. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left in regulation play. Gonzalez brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing the ball across. Russell over to Ankrum. Stepping in, no shot. Puts it back out to Russell. Russell for a jump shot, and it's over the basket, and 10 picks it up. 10's going to bring it down for the Lions. Over to 5 on the far side, going for a three-point effort, and no good. Skinner with a rebound. Good rebound for Jonah. Over to Hudson Gonzalez. Gonzalez bringing it down, gives it over to Russell. Russell driving into the paint, puts shot up, almost in. 32 with a rebound, out to 14. 14 make it a fast break. Pass it down to 5, who's open. Make it a fast break. He gives it 24 for an easy layup. It's 44-20. And sub coming in. 32 sitting down and 21 subbing in. Gonzalez brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it across. Russell over to Gonzalez again, driving down inside the arc, putting a shot up, and it's out of bounds. Lions ball. 10 into 5, 5 back to 10 to bring it across. 10 over to 5 on the far side. He's their three-point shooter. He passed it inside to 24. Up for 2, no good. 21 for the putback, and it's good. It's 46-20. Under a minute left in regulation play. Gonzalez into Russell. Russell bringing it down. Over to Ankrum. Ankrum driving down to the baseline, putting the shot up, drawing a foul. Ankrum going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. That was on maybe 15? Nope, 14, I believe. There's not a 15 out there for Lions. All right. Russell bringing the ball in for the Knights. Into bounce pass intended for Ankrum, stolen by 14. 14 straight down to 21. 21 for an easy layup under the basket with a fast break. It's 48-20. 34 seconds left in the game. Russell bringing the ball down, drives straight through and draws a foul. I didn't see what happened, and I didn't see the signal. But it's foul on the Lions, and sub coming in, number 4 coming back in for the Lions. Lions have 4 fouls, so nobody's in bonus at this point. All right, Russell's moving to bring the ball in for the Knights. He brings the ball in to Ankrum. Ankrum up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez dribbled, puts it over to Russell. Russell taking the screen, puts shot up. It's a miss. And Beckham Stanford trying to get in on the rebound, but the Lions end up with it. 4, bringing it across, driving all the way down, taking the screen, passing it into 21. 21 puts shot up and drew a foul, and going to shoot for 2. That's the first foul this quarter for the Knights. 21 on the free throw line. That was on number 3. Number 3, Beckham Stanford with his first foul of the game. 48-20, 9.6 seconds left in the game. First free throw, no good. Second free throw is a miss. Number 5 with a rebound and going for the putback. Nope, he passed it out to 21, going for a three-point effort. No good. And Miles Ankrum grabs a rebound on that. And that's the final, folks, 20-48. Final score with the Lions on top. Thank you so much for tuning in to PCCS TV.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.